Dead End Hip Hop album review. Isaiah Rashad, The House is Burning. No bio today. Isaiah Rashad is a very well-known artist. However, we do have a special guest in the building. If you are an OG Dead End Hip Hop member, you know this man right here. Yo, let the people know, man.
See, man, it's been so long. I forgot. I'm like an OG cast member. I even forget how far back we go. Like, it has to be like 5 years now.
Oh, more than
5 years.
More than
6, 7.
Bro, you was on Forever and a Day. That's just damn near 10 years old.
At least 8.
I saw you guys recently. I'm not gonna say where we was at, but I saw you guys recently, and it just brought back all these memories of discussions at tables like this. So I was like, yo, what y'all shooting? They said Isaiah on Sunday. I said, I'm showing up. I gotta be here for this one. This is a special album. This has been a long time coming, so I feel like the reviews for it should be special. The conversations around it should be special. So I had to come hang out with my guys.
Gotcha. So you make it special.
I was thinking the same thing.
You thinking what?
So you make this shit special. Huh? It couldn't be special unless your ass showed up. You know?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I mean, you have to.
Because you're here.
It's the energy. That's dope, man. I like it. Be confident, bro. You don't say know your word.
Hey, you know you can't come to the table and
can't.
say shit like that.
I forgot where I was at.
Right. Yeah.
But I remember now. I remember now.
Yeah, you remember.
But Isaiah Rashad has not dropped anything. How long has it been? Like
2016.
26. So 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years for relatively new artists at the time. So I think everybody has been desperately anticipating this one. We did Lay With It, right? As a single
Lay
review.
With You, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lay With Ya, featuring Duke Deuce, the homie. But now that we have this, I remember there were some conversations that Ken was having, like, you know, with the singles. Oh, you know, it's very smooth. Where's the hard shit? Where's this? Where's that? Ken, did you get enough hard shit on this?
Did I?
Did you? I'm wondering what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There was a couple of joints that was pretty hard.
I think from the Garden.
Yeah, from the Garden.
The way
that
song come in.
Yeah, that's one song.
Lay With You was hard as hell.
No, it was mellow. But go ahead.
Isaiah was mellow. Duke wasn't.
Yeah.
Duke was not.
I don't know what you're talking
That was a mellow song to y'all?
The whole album is mellow.
Yeah. The whole album was.
You're challenging Ken, and I'm looking at you like, bro, what are you?
That wasn't the right question.
Because, and I don't mean to like cut nobody off,
Yes,
but
you
like,
do.
but like I had to like listen back to his previous project. Like, okay, am I tripping? Like the way he approached songs, everything about this album was different from his previous two. I mean, like I said, it just depends on the person if you prefer that or not. But yeah, I was just like, damn, he's really rapping mellow. He's very just real melodic. He's way more melodic than I think he's ever been with this album than he was the previous two. So that's one thing I noticed off the jump.
I don't know. I feel like he's always kind of like that. I don't feel. I don't know. He always bring that type of mellow vibe, tracky type of situation to.
I'm telling you, when I was listening to them the other two albums, I was like, yeah, it's definitely different. Zay is definitely different on his album than he was the previous two.
I'm with you, B.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's less bite on this album. I feel like a lot of Isaiah's stuff is usually very striking. Think about a record like Park. Park is so in your face and it's so urgent and so like really present. And this Isaiah is way more relaxed. He seems very comfortable in a way. It goes against the title of the album. Like, you think of a house burning, you think this person would be frantic. But this Zay's like, the house is on fire. It's just like a cool thing, right? Like, oh yeah, my house is burning. It's Tuesday.
You ever seen that meme where it's like, I don't know what cartoon it's from, but it's like the house is on fire and the person's like, it's fine, and he's totally comfortable.
Bro,
That's exactly what I thought about.
This is exactly what it looks like. It's like sipping the coffee. I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's what the album sounds like. This dog is so chill with all this going around him, and that's exactly who Isaiah Rashad is to 100%. Me. It's like we're so used to his story. And his story isn't a story of an easy road. Like, it's been rough. It's been difficult. There's been challenges. This is why it took 5 years for this album to come out.
Yeah.
But somehow, through all of the things he's gone through, he's still just chilling. Like, it's very actually almost impressive how cool you can be when you feel like your life is always turbulent. And yet somehow while your house is on fire, you can still make records. That's what I like about the album. The album just feels like I'm dealing with my life, but also like I can make music. It's very musical. That's why I like that melodicness. Like a record like The Score with Black and SZA, it's like, oh yeah, you can write records. Like you can write songs. You're not just a guy rapping into the void. Like you're cutting dope. So I fuck with it.
I was asking Ken originally how I started off this thing, if it was hard or there was some more hard tracks, was because obviously the first joint with Lil Uzi, I thought that joint was hard. I thought Lay With You was hard. The thing I love about Isaiah is that he doesn't hold back where the inspiration comes from. He takes all of that Southern shit and redoes it in his way. And even though the music itself is vibey, to me that's hard. And from my perspective, because you took something that was way different and you made it into your own shit. I think that's hard. Not like a hard beat. Ralph. I'm not saying that it's a hard beat.
You misspoke, bro.
No, I didn't.
Because you challenged him like you really expected him. Like, yeah, man, that's all this hard shit. Come on, bro.
No, I didn't say like it was all this hard shit. I was just asking if he got some more hard shit, because he was saying that, he didn't think that it was going to be nothing hard on there. But there's at least 3 hard joints on there.
Right.
There's not at least 2 hard joints on there.
I kind of feel like, Hey Mister, it's not like hard. Headshots is not hard, but there's some punch to it. Mm-hmm. I think the album's hard in the way that Feefo thinks it, but not hard hitting.
Yeah, it's not hard hitting. Oh my it's not loud. Yeah. It's not like
y'all.
Super hard bumping the whip Master P.
We're not gonna do this today. When Ken said he didn't think there was gonna be hard shit on this album, did you know what Ken meant? Yes or no? Be honest.
Yes, and all I'm saying is From the Garden gave him that.
Okay, that's one song. Okay. I'm saying, but and you challenged him like he was gonna be like.
But I wanted to get Ken's opinion if he thought anything else was. So that's why I threw it to Ken first.
Can I get Ken's definition of hard?
It's the fact that there wasn't any hard shit on here outside of really From the Garden. If you guys want to talk yourself into making other songs harder, then that's cool. But this is a very mellow, vibey, laid back album. This shit is so damn laid back. I was playing Madden, listening to it, and I was getting my ass kicked. I had to turn this shit off. I'm dead. No, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because I was just kind of laid back, like, man, this is a vibe, man. I'm just chilling. You gotta kind of need that, You need something that's a little bit more hype to kind of get yourself going. I was like, nah, man, he got me too laid back, too like nonchalant about what's going on, like in a good way. I was like, nah, I gotta change the mood.
But Lay What You came on and got back hype though, right?
I fuck with Deuce.
Yeah, I know.
Deuce is that.
Man, he coming so crazy.
Yeah. But after that song went off, it was just back to rap.
Yeah, because I think the Smino records after that, and it's so slow. Because I will say my problem with the album is the sequencing is kind of strange, because it doesn't move in a way that, like, he comes in buzzing, right? Like, he comes in so hard, and then it just doesn't maintain that energy. So when the energy drops, it's like these large drops of energy. And it's very hard to kind of like stay in it, because you're just like, dang, this song has nothing to do with like the last record. It's a demo tape of tracks that he can make. These are all different versions of Isaiah Rashad songs. It's not a theme, it's not thematic, but it's like, I can make this song, and I can make this song, and I can make this record, and I can make that record. So it's a cool palette of different vibes.
I don't feel like it sounds like that.
You don't think so?
I feel like I'm listening to a different album than everybody.
Yeah, and like
really?
I don't know if it's the same as you, but I don't feel like it's just a gumbo of songs. I feel like they all go together. Like,
really?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it flowed very well. I think the sequencing was fine.
What do you think the theme of the album is, like, overall?
I didn't really think about the theme like that. I just had a few thoughts when I listened to the album. Like, one of the thoughts I had was like, oh yeah, that's right. This dude is from Tennessee. I was like, damn, I always forget that for some reason. I don't know where
maybe because when you think of TDE, you think of just West Coast.
I think so. I think so. But when I hear something, it's definitely like Tennessee inspired. Like that track, that one track, it sounded like something that 3 6 would have made. It seemed like Deuce came from that era. You know what I'm saying? Like a 3 6 or whatever. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm a big Isaiah Rashad fan. I just like. I always feel like he brings a vibe, like this the Silva, what is it? Sylvia demo. It was real vibey. I feel like Son's Tirade was vibey, like songs like Free Lunch and what's the other one? For the Squad. Like that's vibey.
They are vibes.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he kept it consistent with that. So I don't really see the different like direction that you guys are talking about. I feel like he's always made this type of music.
I agree with B, and I agree with you a lot too. But I agree with B where he said that, because I went back and listened to the other ones too. Because when I put this on, I'm like, damn, this is like really mellow. After that first song, it was just mellow the entire time. The entire time.
Yes.
So I was like, damn, I've always liked Isaiah Rashad, but I don't remember him being this mellow. So when I went back, the production was mellow, sure.
not him.
It was him.
Yes.
He's rapping different on this.
I can
Like
see that.
before, because that's why I liked him so much. And I do like this too.
Yeah.
But that's why I liked him so much before. It was like the production was really mellow, but he was a little bit liver.
I got you.
On this, it just seems like you said, he's super comfortable.
Okay.
He's laid back and he's chilling.
I can give you that.
So I think for me, I fall in between y'all two.
Nah, for sure.
But I definitely agree with you. I didn't get an issue with the sequencing.
Yeah.
The only issue with the sequencing I'll give you, yo, is I think that track 2 kind of sets you up in the wrong way. That song comes out and I was like, oh, so this is gonna give Ken that hard shit. Cause it's like, damn, all right. But then after that, it was just like boom mellow, boom mellow, boom mellow. So I was like, that's kind of weird that you would put that hype track as number 2 after a sort of intro, as opposed to dropping it in the middle.
A vibey intro and then a
Yeah.
hard second track.
And then a vibey album. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
That's what my best friend said. We played it this morning. He was like, yo, that second track is misleading.
It is.
He's like, he lied to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, because the sequencing for an album is supposed to set you up to understand what you're going into. And it does give you this kind of like strange.
Yeah.
Because he does come in, like, even his voice is so much livelier.
It is. Yeah, he's never given us that flow like that. So I was like, this is weird, but I fuck with it hard.
I gotta chime in one more time then. I'm sorry. Nah, because
Okay, I'm playing.
because
Go
like
ahead.
you said that from the garden set you up, but I don't know, man, because like when you go to RP Young right after that, right, you hear that sample of Project Pat. I got cheese, I got. So it's like you still got that bounce going. It's a mellow track, but it's still a little bounce there.
A
You know what I'm
little
saying?
bounce, as opposed to the first song
But
having
see, I
a
don't feel
lot
like
of
it's
hard
as jarring
bounce.
as he's saying, like, oh, that from the garden just set you up. But I feel like you still kind of bouncing a little bit. It's like he was bouncing, and then you still just kind of.
Well,
bouncing.
I agree with you. It's southern.
Yeah, right,
It's a
100,
southern bounce to the album, but like Isaiah's bounce isn't like everyone else's bounce.
Yeah.
It's not.
He has his
laid
very
back bounce.
own
Exactly.
bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that though, because like when you listen, especially to like a lot of newer artists that are coming out, like Pooh Shiesty, these type of guys, like their bounce is prototypical. This is completely different. And then like even like some of the harder songs that I was saying, in my opinion, like Chad, like how he took that whole Pimp C shit, nigga, and just flipped it. To me, that is vibey, it's smooth, but that's hard because it's Isaiah Rashad's version of that. You know what I'm saying? Even 9-3 freestyle. Like that right there, to me, that bounce, not hard like Master P hard, but it's Isaiah's hard. I fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? And I have to say this too, on record, I fucked up. The Sylvia demo is dope. Isaiah Rashad is dope. I went back too and I listened to both projects. And
Because you didn't like that one initially,
I didn't like
right?
Sylvia demo when it first came out.
Damn, that's right. That's right.
I didn't like it, so I had to go back, bro.
No,
I had to
Sylvia
go
demo
back,
hard.
and I like the second one, the Sun's Tirade. You know what I'm saying?
That's my favorite one still, I think.
But this, I fuck with this. You know
What
what I'm
y'all
saying?
think of Lil Uzi on here?
I was gonna say that, like Lil Uzi, man. I like Lil Uzi on features, man. He sounds good on features to me. I don't know. I don't like him.
Can't take a whole album.
I can't take a whole album of him, but he sounded good here,
I thought he
man.
sounded
I like the
good,
little
too.
Seymour line he had, feed me more beats and stuff. Like I thought that was cool. I liked him on. He sounded really good on this track.
Yeah, I
he
agree.
sounded really good on this track. But I did have a question for you though, like because I know you didn't particularly care about headshots, and I know that was like a debate on our track
That
review.
shit.
But
You
bro,
didn't
you
like
still don't like it. You don't like it on the album
Oh
either.
my God.
It blends in with the album.
It blends in with the
Yeah,
album,
it
right?
blends
That's what
with
I
the
felt.
album.
I was like, man,
As a
he
solo
gotta
track,
like it now.
Nah, but it definitely
How did
blends
you
in.
not like it as a solo
As a solo
track?
track is so good, man.
It really is.
That's the shit that
I don't
got
know.
me ready for this album. And in the
I don't
course of
know.
the album, it's even better.
It
It's
is.
even better.
That's why I asked.
Because you know what's funny? Because I was like, damn, is that the same one? I had to ask myself, but yeah, it does
No,
blends in.
it's
really
funny
well with the
because
album.
when I saw y'all review, I think it was the weekend when I was out and y'all did a
that's
track
right.
review.
Okay.
And when I saw they went up, I was like, oh damn, he got a new single out. So I didn't even watch y'all review. I listened to it. I was like, damn, this shit sound great. And then when I watched the review. I'm like, damn, Ken, really? I'm like, this shit rolls, bro.
Yeah. I think
This
he
is
was
one of my
stuck on
favorite songs.
Yeah,
on the
me too,
album.
too.
Like,
It
it's literally my
still
favorite
is,
song.
yeah.
Yep.
Favorite
it's-
song on the album?
Oh yeah,
This shit-
hands down.
It's my favorite song.
Hands
of the
down.
Bro, that song is nice, bro.
And
that song
and,
is nice.
and you remember what I said when we reviewed Lay With You? I was like, I'm not too high on the single, but I have a feeling I might like it in the context of the
okay, you
album,
did
and,
say
and
that.
I like it better
Yeah.
in the context of the album because I remember
Right,
when he first released it, I was like,
Yeah.
man, I like Deuce, but I didn't care for Isaiah part. But when I listened to it in the context of the album, I was like, oh shit, I like it better. It's same way with on To Pimp a
Got you,
Butterfly. I
yeah.
remember I didn't like
100%.
I that much, but then
They
in the
did
context of the
live version.
album,
Yeah, then he did the
I was
live
like, oh
version
shit,
of it.
this shit is good. But
It's that interlude, that little interlude with dude was like,
Saw me a rainbow.
he's like,
I ain't
he's
too
like,
thugged
I'm
out.
thugged
This
out.
shit's beautiful.
He said, I'm thugged out. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
The best part is the end where he's like, man, he said, my baby's mama probably at the end of that motherfucker with her
Gold
gold
digger
digger
ass.
I hollered. That shit was hilarious.
Hey, what you think about J Rock?
Man, he killed
J-
that shit.
Man.
He floated.
what up with that
Ooh, he
line he
floated.
said though when he was like
did.
TDE alum or something like that? Y'all catch that?
I mean, you know,
TDE
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, he is a TDE alum.
But you look, what you
Yeah,
think?
like is he not with him no more?
No.
The
That's
line
not what that
was,
means.
I'm TDE alum.
Yeah, alumni,
That he
yeah.
still is TDE.
Look at
Yeah.
you
Okay.
star shit. Oh, DJ Vlad ass motherfucker, you.
If anybody gonna be around, J-Rock
J Rock
gonna
will be around. Okay,
So,
yeah.
if
So
anybody-
I was
It's
like,
funny.
TDE
Every
alum.
time that track come on, like, man, who the fuck is this?
bro.
Every
he does
single
sound a little
time.
different.
He don't really
does.
sound like J Rock.
Yeah, he didn't to me.
His voice is lighter somehow.
He did sound lighter. That's what I was thinking.
Because it confused
It did
me
to
at
me.
first.
Yeah.
I knew it was J Rock.
Me too, immediately. Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
no,
think it was the
I
Yeah.
get what Ken's saying, man. It was a light J-Rock. I mean, light in as far as the voice, not as far as like what he came
bars,
with.
'cause he
'Cause, oh my
rapped.
god,
But
the
to the point
bars.
where y'all didn't know it was him at first?
Nah, but I agree with you. Like he
Interesting.
mellowed out in a way that I'm not used to J Rock mellowing out, and I like it.
But he did some of that on Redemption.
You listen to J Rock on "Shot You Down" remix, the Isaiah record. He sounds completely different.
Yes.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
hungry rapper. This
Yeah.
J Rock, I mean Isaiah.
full. He ain't
Isaiah,
full.
Isaiah makes everyone comfortable. Like you get
Yeah,
around
that's
say,
what it is.
But you just got the beat is so mellow that
Yeah.
bass line doom
Yeah.
like that. You
But it's
can't
funky,
be
If
hardcore.
J Rock brought typical J Rock, he would have fucked that song.
Yeah,
He would have
bro.
sounded totally out of place.
Yeah.
But that's what I think makes it so dope about J Rock is he's
Yeah.
like, I know I got this gruff, hard ass voice, but look, I can mellow
mellow-
this shit out
Me
too.
too.
He
Yes,
sounded
sir.
amazing, I
Yes,
thought,
sir.
but I immediately knew it was J Rock.
Me too.
I was like, man, all right, Jay, go ahead.
yeah.
I was like, who's this new guy?
Yeah.
I pressed play and I didn't look at the track
did
list. I just was running through it. So, like, okay, I know Smino, I know Duke Deuce, I know Uzi, but by the time I get to True Story, I'm like, who is this other rapper?
Damn.
Yeah, man, it was weird.
Wow.
It just didn't sound like J Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially you. I know you a big J
Yeah,
Rock. So
I
I'm
am.
surprised.
That's a compliment. Like it really is a compliment.
for sure.
I just thought it was so funny how I had to look at the track. Like, who is this rapper?
Interesting.
I like
Because there are a lot of names on here that I didn't recognize.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
people.
the Jay
on there.
Worthy dude was cool too.
I think all the features showed up for him.
Yeah,
I
'cause
was
we ain't
loving the
talking
album.
about Smino
Yeah, Smino snapped.
Smino
on
sounded
Claymore.
amazing.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Man, he
Yeah, I
did.
like Smino.
Black too though. I think Black sounds great on the score. SZA too. So
Well, you know him and SZA always.
Always make a good.
They
match.
Yeah.
always do good when they collab together, man. I always look forward to the SZA and Isaiah Rashad collab.
that's
YG
a
Tut was nice.
That's a
too.
power dude. Yep, man.
Who?
Tut.
YG Tut.
Tut's on the
Chad?
album.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, is that how you say his name? I've never heard of him.
So Isaiah Rashad has like they got his whole collective before he signed TDE.
Yep.
Him, Michael, Vinci,
Yep.
YG Tut, and a couple other people.
Yeah, Brian Brown, Park.
Yeah.
Tut is like on like the OG like house.
You should go back and listen to the Preacher's Son
So,
album.
yeah,
Yes.
it came out right before
Sylvia Demo.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Tut is tough, man. A very, very impressive rapper. And I think his album should be coming out this year. I'm hearing good things about it.
I like the way Isaiah Rashad was flowing on the title track. How he had the Missy from
Yo.
Super Duper Fly.
Yep,
I was like, yo, that's
yep,
fucking. You
yep.
peeped that flow style. He
That
was
title
using on that?
track into the outro is
Yeah.
a crazy
That's
too.
yes,
It's a crazy
great
two.
way to finish the album.
I think the album's gonna be a grower on people.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah, because not to just harp on this about the sequencing. I think you and I were kind of aligned in that. Yeah, I think it was a little off-putting at first. Listen to it, but the more I played it over and over again, it really started to like come together and blend in together and kind of merge into like this one like complete project sonically. It was like, man, I kind of hear how everything, I can't even explain it, but everything is kind of starting to intertwine together in the way that he sequenced it. So the vibe and the mellowness of it all really started to like, kind of blend in together. And it really started, whatever he did or whatever idea he had behind it, like, you know, it felt like it started to kind of actualize as the album was played more and more for me.
Anybody get a Cudi vibe from that last song? The whole last song gave me like a really mellow Cudi vibe. I mean, in a good way, like classic Cudi. And I was like, damn, this is because that particular song was the only one where I was like, wow, this really doesn't feel like Isaiah Rashad, because it was super mellow, and he was like, the way he was rapping gave me a Cudi vibe, but I really liked it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah, he closed his album out great.
Very well.
Yeah,
That second half is hard. That shit's hard.
Yo was waiting to say that. Yo was.
was.
I wonder why he didn't put Running on there though. Y'all see that track he got with Schoolboy Q called Running?
I kind of wonder what that's
by
gonna
Kenny
be
B.
on
It's produced
there.
by Kenny B. That shit, man. That shit's
It's hard.
nice.
Now, that's hard.
Yeah,
That's fucking
that's hard. Yeah,
When did that come out?
So maybe that's why he didn't put it
Last
on there.
week, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put it's a video and everything. It's on YouTube and everything.
I need to see
Yeah,
that.
it's like an official single, but it's not on the album.
Maybe it's
But
gonna be
maybe-
on Schoolboy.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it's
but-
gonna be on Schoolboy's album.
Yeah, but maybe like you said, it's that shit hard, and it probably wouldn't match the vibe.
Yeah, you know what?
It
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're
match
right.
the vibe of the
it
album.
wouldn't have. It wouldn't have really.
But this
Actually,
is-
no, I take that back, because if they put fucking From the Garden on there, if they put that song maybe towards the end,
like after True Story.
I think it would have worked.
put it like after True Story.
Yeah, it could have worked.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
song is fucking dope though. So I was surprised it wasn't on here either.
Yeah.
So
Produced by Kenny Beats. Yeah.
Isaiah sounded different on that one too.
Yes, he did.
He was a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, he was.
And here comes Schoolboy.
Yep.
We should do a track review on that.
So being a writer, like, what did you get from The House is Burning? I know you said that meme or whatever, but did you find any like deeper meaning or theme or anything like that?
I think The House is Burning. It's almost like a metaphor for, like, you trying to put your life together, but bro, you got all this trauma you've been carrying for all these years. So it's like, do you run out the house frantically, or do you appraise what's in the house? You know, it's just like, yeah, my house is burning, but let me look at the photo albums. Let me look at my CD collection. Let me look, you know, it's almost like he's really taking his time during a time where everything is very chaotic, which to me is it speaks to COVID to me. Like, it speaks to the time that we were in 2020 where, bro, the world was on fire. For real, but you was still kind of going through your everyday life. You probably still working. Y'all still recording track reviews. You still doing album reviews, but it's not like you didn't panic. You just adjusted. And this album to me feels like an adjustment to the times of, you know, like we just got out of some shit. You know, I'm trying to get out some shit. So this is what's on my mind. This is what I'm making. This is my influences. These are my homies. You know, like, it just feels like the world you build when the world is on fire. He's comfortable in uncomfortable situations, which is why the album sounds the way it does. To me, like, the message is to relax. You know, like, if your house is on fire, relax. Because you can tell, bro, the heat is not even touching bro on this album. He's not moving like he's on fire. He's moving like he's accepted the flames.
I think you mentioned that in the interview, was like a big part about it was just like kind of realizing that you don't have control over everything as much as you try to. There's just certain things about you can't control, so it's just like control what you can, and that's really all you can do. Is like, it's control something, like you said, do I run out, or do I panic, or do I try to do what I can in this situation?
I know when I first initially saw the title, I didn't think about it in that sense. I thought about it in the sense of like TDE. Just to be, if I'm being honest, I thought like it might have been The House is Burning, like it's chaotic with the label. And, you know, that's what I was thinking when I first saw the title. And then for him to be the first one out the gate after all of these rumors and, you know, all of these no drops from TDE, them kind of just laying low. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I was thinking. The House is Burning, but then y'all just added this. You said that's
I was about to say, his OG fans know that the house is a collective that's kind of like, I wouldn't even say it's Zay's collective. It's like the collective that's kind of built around him back at home. So when I heard it, I thought about it as in the sense of that home is on fire. Like, man, if I go back home, man, the house is burning. I didn't get that either because there's only one house member on there. It's just Tut, and he doesn't really mention. he doesn't mention anything very specifically. That's like the tricky thing about Zay.
Right.
Everything's kind of coded in some way, and it's not so direct where you can kind of place what the house is.
Right.
Like the house becomes like a metaphor. Like you decide what the house is. You decide like what's on fire versus it's the record label or it's the homies or it's the actual home. Like what is actually the house? And I feel like you get a chance to decide that for yourself. He always has that I'm back from the dead kind of energy, which is so fascinating to me about Isaiah because every album is like a resurrection of a different person. It's like the same guy, but it's a different person. And there's such wide gaps between each release that it does feel like a resurrection. Like, whoa, bro, like where you been at? Oh yeah, I was dead, but I'm back. And that's his energy. It's like,
But this is really the first album where I really thought he sounded different.
Yeah.
Like every other album, just like, all right, yeah, and this sounds like Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah.
This is dope. This is the first one where I've really been like, wow, this is a different and interesting Isaiah Rashad. And I think that's what made me like this so much because it doesn't give me the same feeling as either of those previous two albums.
I agree.
It's just the production is fairly similar, but he is different. He just sounds, I don't even know what the word is, man. He just sounds more professional. I think like before it was almost like he was on top of the music, but this is just like he's just blending in with the music. Like everything on here. Like if I smoke weed regularly, I'd be like, yo, this is
it's like lucid,
the album
right?
to put on.
It's so lucid. I still think the thing that makes it Zay to me is that Zay sort of has this thing where he like mumbles through verses, where it's not always the clearest thing, but then he'll just say something so clear and profound they'll cut through everything else. And I feel like that's such a common denominator through all his albums is that there's like great lyrics and stuff, but there's always one or two lines that just cut through that he just almost like epiphany, like light bulb moments in his music. So I always look for light bulb moments in Zay's songs, and you know every song has one of those moments where it's just like he says this one thing that just somehow touches you.
All right, so for me, favorite tracks, Give Me From the Garden, R.I.P. Young, Lay With Ya, Give Me Chad 93 Freestyle, and The House Is Burning.
My favorite tracks are From the Garden, Lay With Ya, True Story, Don't Shoot, and What You Said.
So that's one of mine for sure, man. Don't Shoot. We ain't talk about that one, but yeah, that one's definitely. Headshots, definitely. Lay With Ya, Still Hard. Give Me From the Garden, and R.I.P. Young.
My favorite tracks, R.I.P. Young. That shit, I think we should have talked about that one more. That shit is dope as fuck. Headshots, Chad, the title track, and the last two tracks, the title track and HB to You.
Let me get Dark Side. Let me get the last two joints and Headshots.
I'm going R.I.P. Young, Lay With Ya, Claymore, Headshots, and HB2U.
Oh, you like Claymore like that?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah, him and Smino are a good
Yeah,
pairing.
good.
no, for sure.
Isaiah, if you watching, look, man, I know we all grown, we all got shit that we got going on, and I understand that is what pushed the album. But goddamn, bro, 5 years? 5 years, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. All I ask is that we get a little bit, a little EP here and there, just, the whole list tight. But man, amazing fucking job. Bruh, like from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel that you've missed. All I want is just a little bit more consistency. But I know you got life shit, so it is what it is.
Isaiah Rashad, if you're watching, great work, man. I really enjoyed listening to this. And it sounds good everywhere, in the headphones, in the car, speakers at the house. So it has a really, really, really good sound to it overall. And yeah, man, I like the features and everything on here. And that's it, man. I like that you definitely bring something a little bit different to the game that we don't really presently have like in that particular space being mainstream, because I think you're kind of on the brink or already there. Just keep that up, keep doing you, man, keep being different, keep being vibey, and that's that, bro.
Isaiah Rashad, if you're watching, I'm cool if you don't do features. I mean, I don't think you're a feature artist personally, and I'm also cool with the times it takes you to make an album. And I say that because I'm a huge fan of yours, and like I listen to your old shit. Like I don't have a problem putting on Sylvia Demo or Son's Tirade just to get my fix of Isaiah Rashad. So now I got another one that I could put on for however many years it be until you release another one. So that really doesn't bother me. Cause I think you're that dope, man. I could put your albums on at any moment, and it's just another one that I could just put on at any moment. Not saying I would want to wait 4 or 5 years. I'm just saying I'm fine with that if that is the case. You know what I'm saying? Because what Feefo's saying, you know, life is life. You got life shit. Man, thank you for another dope project, man. Like your vibe is like my vibe. That like I'm always on this type of shit. Like I'm always just like chilling. Like that's just me, man. And like the House of Burning theme is if Yo is correct on that, I'm like that as well when it comes to just life. You know what I mean? Like chaotic stuff going around, but I just still try to maintain my peace and my calm. Good job on another project, man, and just looking forward to everything else that you're doing, bro.
Yeah, Isaiah Rashad, if you're watching, thank you for releasing this album. 5 years worth of the wait. Of course, you're going to have stuff you're going through personally, whatever I think you said in some of your interviews what you was going through between Son's Tirade and this album, so that's definitely understandable. But yeah, I mean, I'm not like, whatever you do decide to release an EP or do feature verses, whatever, that's cool. I've always been a fan of your music since Sylvia Demo, so keep up the good work, man.
If you're watching this, Zay, let me say that with these 3 albums, you've solidified yourself the way that I think like UGK or Project Pat or even like Gucci, once you hit that underground king level in the South, you get a certain respect. That's just like, you're the guy in the South now. Like he was always working up to be the guy, but at this point, I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that he's one of the guys. Like you deserve the spot. There's a throne waiting for you. Now what you do in that seat is up to you. But you got a seat now. Like no one can take that seat away from you. So I want to see you rule. Like really go crazy.
Good job, man.
Myke,
yeah, I'm not following that. Yeah, this is a great album, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm fine waiting another 5 for the next one. And or if you even want to do 6, man, do what you want to do. I know you chilling, so he's like, I'll release the album. So yeah, good job, man.